But basically what I was saying is, like, objectively, I really don't care if a white girl has dreads. I really don't. That's not the issue that I have. It's not, you know, it's not even that. It's more of, in the current society that we live in, when black people are punished for having these hairstyles and you get away with having it, then that's kind of, you know, so I personally, like, when I see a white person with dreads, I have a very hard time believing that they're on my side. Do you know what I mean? Because I feel like even if you could have every justification in the world, the fact that a black person can't exist with this hairstyle without facing a bunch of crap for it, I think someone who's an ally would see that, respect that, and be like, hey, guess what? I'm not gonna do that with my hair. I'm not gonna do that with my hair. I'm gonna walk away from it, whatever.
I think
that's wonderful, Pierce.
Why would you be so scathing about Rachel Jeantel and so patronizing to a young woman who's clearly been through an appalling ordeal, and who, when I interviewed her, I found to be a smart cookie, like I said. I found her to be fun and warm, engaging, street smart, and clearly from her educational background, nowhere near as stupid as you like to think she is.
Once again, I never used the word stupid. You did. She was the most important witness in a murder trial. It was she was standing between George Zimmerman and 30 years in jail, and for you to act as if she was somehow abused by Don West, whose job was to make sure his client didn't go to jail, is outrageous. And as far as education is concerned, I applaud Mr. Joyner. He's done a lot of work in the black community for education, and I would recommend, Pierce, that we do something about the 50% dropout rate in the inner city, and about the fact that President Obama opposes allowing parents to use vouchers to get their kids out of bad government schools and into a better school so they can have a possibility to get to the middle class. That's what we ought to be talking about here, instead of some aberrant situation like George Zimmerman going to somebody that he thinks is suspicious, and they have an exchange, and there's an unfortunate death, as if somehow that's some sort of indictment of America, and black people should look over their shoulders every night and act as if some white guy is going to jump out of a bush and get them. It is outrageous. Hard work wins. Get an education. Don't pay attention to negative people, and stay focused, and you'll be okay in America. That's why most of the people in the world want to come here. That's why you want to come here, Pierce.
Long story. This is bigger than that racist. Long story. That racist stuff
I chase
you're
after
talking
neo-Nazis
about.
in the claim for a living.
This is
That's why I'm
bigger
here, actually.
than any
I don't see too many
racist.
over here.
Black Lives Matter is
You
racist
want them by name?
because all lives matter.
No, I can give you
All
their
of
names.
our
They
lives
call me
matter.
alternative right.
Do you know that the Black Lives Matter is trying to make all lives matter?
No, the Black Lives Matter is divide and conquer. You cannot, you cannot running around saying things. You can't run around saying things like pigs in a blanket, fried like bacon, pigs in a bacon, fried like bacon. That's making people think it's okay to harm our cops. Some cops may be bad, yeah, some cops are bad, yes, but not all cops are that way.
But what do we
Every
do
cop,
about the bad
every cop doesn't early in the morning go to work and say, oh yeah, baby, I gotta kill me a black person.
How about
It
them not
doesn't
shooting us?
exist.
How about locking them up when they're
advocating
bad?
going out and shooting them?
How about, I haven't shot them. How about
If
locking them up?
they're guilty of
Yes.
something,
I mean,
to
right
call
now
the
we're seeing
law.
cops walking out of Baltimore courtroom.
Because they were innocent.
But who killed
They
Freddie
were
Gray?
innocent.
So how did Freddie Gray die?
The cops didn't kill him eventually.
I didn't
they
ask
found
how
him not
they didn't
guilty.
die. How did he die? We still did not get the answer.
Right.
We don't. How do we know that? That's the
what the
problem.
autopsy said.
But
How
they've
did
had
he
their
not
day
get
in
broke? How
court.
did they know
They've
he
had
broke
their
it?
day in court, and they were found not guilty.
Broke his damn van and he was in there.
So they are accountable for something. And they're
12-year-old
not being
boy
held
shot in a
accountable.
park just playing with a gun. Did you play with a gun? He was pointing that gun. He had taken the orange gun and he was pointing it at people in the park. There was videotapes of him pointing at people in the park.
Well,
Oh
can
my
I
God.
say this? Can I say this? I'm pro Second Amendment. I'm gonna leave it at that.
But what about people? What about people?
I got one for you. Are you willing to die to take my gun rights? Because I'm willing to die to keep my gun rights.
And that's what it's about.
I'm not against it.
Good. Thank you. Thank
No,
you.
I'm just trying to get people
Thank you.
to
It's cut and dry. It's cut and dry.
Do you think that I'm arguing against that?
5,000 deaths by guns.
It's right.
500,000
Black
by
and
abortion.
black. Black or black.
What does that
Thank you,
mean?
ma'am. You're welcome. Thank you.
It doesn't mean bad cops are allowed to
5,000 dead.
My name is Kenneth Lane, and I'm from Amityville, New York. Amityville Horror. And I'm over here giving a lot of Amityville Horror. I'm giving a lot of, I'm waking people up. I'm waking up the dumb sheep. I'm letting them know that they're being played. They are being played. I mean, from the uterus, we are brainwashed. Only the people are free thinkers like myself. The establishment is afraid of. I'm a free thinker.
Give this man
That's
some water,
what
please.
I am. I got plenty of them. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm a free thinker. I don't let what they believe what they tell me, because they've been complicit in the brainwashing procedure. And everyone out there, the best thing you need to do, get rid of your TV.
Britishness is precisely the fact that nobody seems to know. It's gold for a columnist. It's gold for any hack. And you've seen 4 people on this panel are probably going to give completely different answers. Anybody you ask in this audience is going to give a different answer. If you ask David Cameron, it's about tolerance and fairness and inviting French people in to take advantage of our lenient tax system. If you ask a pupil at Wellington College, growing up in these lovely surroundings, they'll tell you probably about the excellent teaching here, but they will also tell you about grime and dubstep and whatever it is they're listening to. If you ask me, and I've actually recently been living in America for a while, so I get asked this question quite a lot, and I bring up things like the taste of fish and chips on Brighton Beach and Doctor Who and drinking tea. That's what it is for me. If you ask somebody like my colleague Professor Starkey, it's playing xenophobia and racial prejudice for laughs. And if you ask people who organise conferences like this, it's sitting by politely whilst people play racial prejudice and xenophobia for laughs and pretending that this is an acceptable part of contemporary debate.
We're setting up a false dichotomy here between Britishness and Englishness. They're not
There's
at
an
all.
absolute dichotomy. The two are completely different. There is a historic English identity which goes way back before the concept of Britain. Also, this notion of England, or indeed Britain, as uniquely a nation of immigrants is preposterous. That every European country is a blend. Of course it is. There are 2 great differences.
I believe you have a house in America, Mr. Starkey.
I have a house in America.
I was wondering, where are you domiciled for tax purposes?
I am domiciled here, and I pay full taxes. And can I just say, as you have chosen to be personal and invidious, let me share a little story with you. One of the great things that is essential to Britishness is a sense of public duty, that you do things for nothing with organisations that can't pay. Ms. Penny, who has been advertising these great left-wing virtues, and I, were due to debate for a very impoverished little society called the Thomas Paine Society on the virtues of a republic on the one hand and a monarchy on the other. I was prepared to do it for free. She insisted on trying to charge such a large fee that the event had to be cancelled. Now, I think that is as mean and grasping as some runt comedian, and I will not be lectured to by a jumped-up public school girl like you. I came from the bottom, and I will not have it.
Excuse me. May I respond to that?
Right of reply. Go on.
I think I deserve a right of reply to that. I personally feel that asking to be paid...
Did you or did you not do what I've just said?
I was going to respond to that, but...
Why not do it straight away? Did you or did you not claim such a large fee that the event had to be cancelled?
No, I didn't, Mr.
Well,
Starkey.
then every member of the committee is lying, and you, clearly as usual, are telling the truth.
No, this is not what was said to me. I
have emails. That wonderful, wonderful method of tracking.
No, I don't think I'm going to respond to it. One of the reasons the event was cancelled partly because they couldn't find a speaker in time because they were trying to fly me out, and part of the reason that the cost for that on top of my being asked to be paid for 2 days' work because I actually don't earn very much.
Well, they had 2 pretty good speakers.
there already.
No, she backed out because she wasn't being paid.
Anyway,
I'm sorry, excuse me.
we're running over time, but I want to come back to.
I
this point about-
really don't appreciate being stood on stage to be personally
okay.
attacked and having a finger
I
jabbed
want to
in
come
my
back
face.
to Englishness versus Britishness, but Vivian.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear me, but I think the point about.
I think I'd like to say something about Britishness in terms of what's just gone on here, which I feel like we've been moving on very quickly from. But I attempted to make a point and had a person on this panel shouting and pointing in my face. And in fact, the point that Professor Starkey raised about my dropping out of a panel where we were due to speak together, my main reason for doing so is that I didn't want something like that to happen. I felt that I was being set up to be attacked, and part of the reason I decided to... This is a difficult thing to say, and it's easier to say to event organisers that you're going to charge a ridiculous sum of money and be asked, well, not necessarily ridiculous, but be asked to go.
Right.
On the other, excuse me, I haven't finished my point. I haven't finished my point. My point is that this is what debates like this come down to. There's a civil way of putting putting racial prejudice. There is also I'm sorry.
Okay, Laurie. I want a final word.
I wanted to say that there's a violence inherent in this in this discussion, and it comes out very, very easily.
You started it. That's the problem. You called him a racist.
He is a racist.
Yes.
He makes money.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much indeed. Okay, I think what we're going to do at this point is call a halt to proceedings. I'm sure the debate is going to go on. Thank you very much to our panel. If you could show your appreciation to our panel. Thank you very much. And the debate goes on. Thank you very much. We'll be back shortly.